Hey, everybody. Today I wanted to talk about one of the major things that caused me to move forward in my recovery and detox process, and that's quitting caffeine. Do you know who you truly are underneath all of that stimulation? That was really the question that I asked myself when I looked in the mirror. I had quit multiple other addictions, and just to kind of backtrack a little bit, I had spent the last 30 years of my life, 30 plus, closer to 35 at this point. I just keep getting older. I spent that time addicted to pretty much every drug that you can possibly be addicted to, whether it be prescription or non prescription. Some things I can discuss on camera, some things I can't. But alcohol, first and foremost, obviously quitting that was huge. I quit that back in 2019. And that was the single most important decision that I probably could have made at that time to move me forward with any kind of recovery whatsoever, because I was a raging alcoholic and I'm not afraid to admit it. But moving forward with that, obviously, you start to clear up that fog. And there were still other things that I was addicted to, namely caffeine. I was taking Adderall for a while. I have since found no need for that either. But I think Adderall is something that is not readily available to everyone. And, for those of you using it, I will definitely do some more video series that are going to show how I got off of that. But the big one is caffeine. Because even after I quit Adderall and even after I had quit everything else, I was still drinking caffeinated teas. I didn't really drink coffee anymore. I did that for years. I had fallen in love with green tea, yerba mate, black teas, all different kinds of teas. And the world of tea, just in and of itself, is such a diverse world, if you will. But quitting caffeine became apparent that that was what the final layer of what I needed to do, because I would look at myself in the mirror and I would say, gosh, you're looking great, you're feeling great, but you're still, not sleeping as well as you possibly could. What is the final piece to that puzzle? And that was when I decided, if I'm gonna really clean myself out and go full tilt and be pure, I need to quit caffeine. So I started, and I just basically didn't look back. Kind of like the way I've quit everything else, I didn't look back. Got rid of all the caffeine in my house, so that I don't have access to it anymore. And it wasn't easy. I'm not going to lie to you. There was definitely some fog. There was definitely some reset of the body that was going on. But I tell you what, every single day that I continue to not drink caffeine, I become more and more clear. And that has really become my mission at this point in what I'm doing, is I'm trying to figure out who I truly am. Because like I said, having spent 35-ish years addicted to everything else under the sun, I don't even know who I truly am. I spent all my 20s and my 30s either partying or, working too hard or building a career or what, this, that, and the other. And all of it was consumed with alcohol, caffeine, and some other things that maybe I can't talk about. But nonetheless, caffeine. It all boils down to, do you know who you truly are? And if you continue to use caffeine, but you're otherwise eating clean and you're otherwise doing things the way that you think you should, I challenge you to say, do I know who I truly am? And that was the catalyst question for myself that drove me forward to want to quit caffeine. So let's talk a little bit more about it not being easy. You definitely wake up with some fog. You definitely wake up wanting it. I believe that there's if you do research, they say clinically proven you're going to need anywhere from 30 to 90 days to reset your body after you quit caffeine. And I believe that to be true. I'm only about 45 days into it right now, and every single night I sleep, it gets better. Every single morning I wake up, it gets better. But the first couple of weeks, that's where everybody breaks down. That's where everybody says, oh, I can't quit. I need caffeine. I'm so tired. I must need the caffeine. And that's the problem. That's what they want you to think. And that's what it does to your brain. It completely overstimulates you. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to sit here and clinically discuss, what it happens inside your body. But nobody's willing to actually go through the hard part of quitting and seeing what the other side is like, what true clarity is like. It's beautiful now. When I get tired, I go to sleep. It doesn't take me but 5 minutes to go to sleep, to actually fall asleep. Like, there's no more like, oh man, I couldn't sleep last night. Nope. My body's tired. It's time to go to bed. My circadian rhythm has been able to completely reset itself. My dopamine levels have been able to reset themselves. My clarity is through the roof right now, and it just keeps getting better and better every day. But again, it wasn't easy, and it is definitely a challenge, but it's all about seeing what's on the other side. And to me right now, that's much more important than trying to keep up with the grind or trying to figure out a way to just stay awake when I'm quite simply, my body shouldn't be. So with that, I challenge you to take a look in the mirror and say, do I know who I truly am underneath all of this stimulation?